name is Martin DeSaint-Pierre. I'm the Director of Development for the Salvation Army Naples. We have a great partnership with Community Foundation of Collier County. The Women's Foundation of Collier County grant is especially important to us. We have for many years, as I mentioned, had an emergency rental and energy assistance program. And typically the way that program works is someone comes into the office and they're behind on their rent, for instance. So it's a homeless mitigation program. It's designed to get them current with their rent, maybe help with their energy bill so that their power is not turned off, to keep them in their home. The grant through the Women's Foundation helps us expand that a little bit more so that we can now offer first month's rent. Well, Diami came into the Salvation Army office one day looking for assistance, and Ashley Jones, who's our Director of Social Services, overheard her telling her story.
I lost my husband last year in September. He took his life. After that, everything got hard. I had no money, you know. He was helping me. I had no money, and my bills just added up. I had to rent the house out and move into the garage with my daughter. She's 19. She just turned 19. My daughter, Cynthia, she's special needs. She has a little bit of schizophrenia, and then also developmental delay. My daughter, she's the love of my life. She's my everything. She's my strength. She's my everything. She's my princess. The Salvation Army has helped me with rental and electric, systems. They actually been great. Ashley was really, really great to me. She helped me with my kids' supplies when the school started. She helped me with the rent that I, was behind on. If it wasn't for the Salvation Army, I'd probably be living in a shelter somewhere on the street, or I don't know where I would be with my daughter, because I had no other help. I have no one else to help me. I couldn't thank the Salvation Army enough. They've been really, really great. I mean, more than what I expected. I mean, what they've done for me, I couldn't repay it. It's been great.
Well, I would like to thank the Women's Foundation of Collier County again, because this will be so impactful. And there are so many people in Collier County in need, especially women in vulnerable situations. Many of them have children, and they're coming out of very difficult situations, and this is going to allow us to help. So it's very exciting. We thank you again.
The Senior Friendship Health Center serves people 50 and over with medical and dental services. It's very important to us to be able to give that level of care.
I have been coming to the Senior Friendship Center for over 8 years, and I have actually had the best health care that I've ever had in my life. And I am continually surprised and amazed at the service and the genuine people.
We provide everything from primary care to specialty care from people. Are volunteer providers. All our doctors and dentists are volunteer providers. They come in here and give their valued service to our patients who may need help with COPD, diabetes, cardiac issues, different situations.
I have COPD and I had problems breathing, so I'd end up at the hospital for an emergency care. Now I've got such a continuum of care that I don't have those problems anymore. My doctor has gotten me every medication I need to stay healthy.
We see over 2,000 patients a year. At least 70% of our patients are women, and they have needs that can't be covered financially.
My name is Maria, and I rather write it in English because I'm not so good in speaking. I speak too slow. So this is my story of this beautiful place. My story starts with Dr. Erico because of my family history. In my family history, we are 7 sisters. 3 pass away and 2 are with cancer. So Dr. Erico was very concerned about this situation. And he said that he will see how he can do. Only 1 day passed and I received a phone call. Who was that? It was Dr. Erico. I thought, if he's so busy, He has so many patients. How can I receive a call from him? I couldn't believe. And it was him, and he said, Maria, I will take care of you, and I will find a place where you can go, and they will find out if you have the genetic cancer or not.
The Women's Foundation of Collier County was able to help us with the severe at-risk women who may need that second step of care, maybe a biopsy, a mammogram, that they normally would not be able to afford to have. So this gives us an opportunity with this funding so that we can actually help provide that care to those patients.
And then he did, and that day I didn't know how to say thank you to him. And the test was negative, thanks to God and Dr. Erico. He's an angel. I think angels are around this place. The doctors here are so patient and makes me feel that I am their only patient.
Because of this funding, we are able to make sure that these patients will not only be seen appropriately, but they will be given the opportunity to actually be taken care of from one step to the next, and then possibly on to a cure, so that they can be taken care of and have well-being overall.
Been taken such good care of here that it's not even in comparison to the care I've had before.
I feel so good because of the way I have been treated. In the name of all the patients, I want to thank you so much for what you all do.
We'd like to thank the Women's Foundation of Collier County for the generous funds that they gave us, because this means that our at-risk women patients here 50 and over at the Senior Friendship Health Center will be able to be happy and healthy, and they'll be able to get the care they deserve, and we're happy to provide it for them.
Legal Aid Service of Collier County was established in 2004. Our mission is to provide free civil legal services to the low-income members of our community. We assist with consumer law, with housing law, with family and domestic violence law. We assist children who've been victims of abuse, abandonment, or neglect who are in the dependency care system. We also assist with immigration law and with tax law. One of the most compelling cases that we've recently concluded was that of Haven. Haven was brought into us by her mom. Haven's a little girl who has some critical medical issues. She's been on disability her entire life, and suddenly her disability was cut off, which meant she was going to be denied access to life-saving medical services.
Haven's medical condition is half a heart. She was born with half a heart. She's had multiple surgeries. The first one was when she was only 8 days old. So imagine being a mother of your first little girl and not being able to hold her for a month and a half. She still needs more surgeries. They're just waiting for her to get older.
Thanks to the Women's Foundation of Collier County, our attorneys were able to work with Haven and her mom to make sure that her disability was reestablished and she was able to continue with the critical medical services she needed.
I get very tired very easily, and my doctor said I would never be able to ride a bike and roller skate, and now I'm roller skating and riding a bike.
I love this about her. They told me she wouldn't be as big. She'd always be the smallest, the skinniest. Wouldn't be able to ride a bike until she was probably about 15. And she's proven them all wrong. She's not afraid of anything. Like, she really isn't.
Haven lost her disability initially because somebody in a back room at Social Security who didn't know her took a look at her file and said she was no longer disabled. Her medical condition still continued. The same condition she had from the time she was an infant was with her when she was a young girl as well. But somebody made a decision that she was no longer disabled. And because of that, she was cut off from life-saving medical care, or would have been cut off from life-saving medical care. When we heard this, we knew we had to be able to help Haven. Our attorneys could not wait to work with her and her family.
When I was denied for disability benefits for my daughter, I had nowhere to go, no one to turn to. And someone gave me the idea of coming to Legal Aid. And if it weren't for them, I don't know where me and my daughter would be today. Her benefits mean a lot. They help me financially. Her insurance is outrageous. Without insurance, I would not be able to, we'd live in a box, put it that way.
Had we not received this grant from the Women's Foundation of Collier County, we may not have been able to assist Haven. And unfortunately, in Collier County, critical legal services to at-risk women and children are simply unaffordable.
I almost forgot, I'm also a cheerleader and a golfer.
Haven is not alone. In Collier County, the number of women and girls who need critical civil legal assistance is simply staggering. But with your help, with your very generous donation to our program, we are able to continue meeting those needs.